Hello everyone, welcome back to Command Wolf Gaming. I'm CWG, and welcome to the world of Cyberpunk 2077. Yes, this is me, in Cyberpunk 2077. Now, if you guys don't know, I've actually been playing a lot of this game. I mean, like, a ton of this game. I just love it so much. Not as much as I do Assassin's Creed. Assassin's Creed is still on top of my books of my favorite franchise to play, but this was a nice turn event for it. So, I'm just going to ignore that message for now. So, I wanted to actually make a top 10. Well, not really a top 10, just like a 10 list of the most interesting things that I found out about the vehicles in this game. Now, there are a ton of different vehicles in this game. We have luxury cars, we have sports cars, we have supercars, we got motorcycles, we got junkers, like beaters of cars, we got nomad style cars. So we have a good variety of vehicles that we can actually take control of, or actually purchase. In fact, we can even take control of them right now. Well, they need a certain strength rating in order for us to take control of it, but that's not on our list. We're actually going to start our list at number 10, which is in regards to the radio. So let me call a car over and I'll explain. Alright, to start off, I'm actually using my old car, the very first one we actually get in-game. And I just wanted to show you guys something real quick. If you actually double tap the radio button, usually what you would do in order to activate the radio or change the station, you would hold down the radio button, and yeah, you can select whatever radio station you want, right? But if you double tap it, it changes the radio station, making it easier for you to continue driving in the game while searching for a radio station to make you feel like what you're feeling right now. And this works for all the cars, not just your starter car. So this is not exclusive to this car, which is I found interesting. Usually I keep the radio off because I like to concentrate while driving, but like having that option of switching the radio while driving, or even possibly turning it immediately off, is a great positive that I think on this game. So, without further ado, let's actually get to number 9. In fact, I'm actually driving away from number 9, but, so let me go back to number 9, and I'll be right with you. Okay, at
Number 9.
there is no garage space or display area to view all your cars. In fact, this is the garage that is across from your apartment complex. Your apartment complex is right here, that you actually have your car originally parked at, your first car parked at, and if you come up to the right level where it usually is parked, there's none of your purchased cars will be here. So, to say the least, you're not going to get any of your cars on the display unless you individually call them in. And not for nothing, you get a lot of vehicles in this game. So much so, it's almost overbearing. Okay, at
Number 8.
there is no customization of your vehicle. When I say there's no customization, I mean literally there's no customization. If we actually go to the map and we look around, you see a lot of drop points, you see a lot of bars or eateries, you see like a lot of missions and such. But even if we go into the legend here, as in the glossary, you don't see anything referring to a garage or a paint shop or like an auto body shop or anything like that. There is no customization in-game for the vehicles. However, this does lead us to number 7. Piggybacking on number 8 is
Number 7.
in the whole customization thing. Now, there is no customization, however... Excuse me, I'm recording here, buddy. Can you leave? Hold on one second, folks. Hold on.
He's fucking crazy!
Don't worry, nobody got hurt. I just had to scare some people away. So on number 8, off of number 8, we got number 7. Now, just because we don't have customization, we do get variety. Variety as in the models that you can buy off the base model. So for instance, this is the standard Colby 125. However, we do get a Nomad version, and we also get a different street version. So we do have a choice in which one we want to buy, and it's all up to the person on which one they want to buy. Personally, I kind of like the Nomad version, but I don't use it a lot. It's more of something like when I go out into the Badlands I'll use. That's another thing too. Depending on what you're using it for, you might want to use a specific vehicle. I do suggest that if you're going to be working out in the Badlands, to get a vehicle that's more suited to Badlands. So one of these off-road Nomad styles. You're in my way, dude. Thank you. Anyway, let's get on to number 6. Coming off of the variety, we have actually
Number 6.
with the Type 66 Avenger. This is the only car that I know of that is purchasable that has more than 3 varieties, and that's including the base model. So as you can see here, this is the Type 66 Avenger that you can purchase. However, you can also buy the Jen Crowley, the Javelin, and also the Cthulhu edition, which is actually kind of cool. I think this is the most popular car in the game. I only see really this model kicking around, the Type 66 Avenger. I don't really see the Javelin floating around that much, especially out in the Badlands, as well as the Cthulhu or even the Jen Crowley. So you can say this is probably the standard car that you'll probably be driving for the moderate cost and also for a great speed. So coming in at
Number 5.
is that you can open up the trunk and hood of your car. Now, some of you might be asking, well, what's the big deal about that? The big deal is that if you want to take a cool picture or anything like that, you can show what's underneath the hood. However, certain vehicles can only open up one or the other, or none altogether. So, for instance, the Cthulhu here of the Type 66 Avenger variant can only open up the hood of its car. However, it does not have a trunk to open up, where the average Type 66 Avenger, you can open up the hood and the trunk of the car, as you can see here. Now, on the Outlaw, this is where it's get kind of funny. On sports cars, they usually have the trunk in the back and the engine in the front, so that's a good attention detail. However, on most Nomad design vehicles, you actually have this trunk pull out in comparison to flip up. And as you can see here, same thing, hood goes up. And I just kind of brought the Jefferson along because I do like it as a luxury vehicle. Now, I don't know if you can put bodies in the back of the car, which honestly kind of leaves things redundant when you have a job that's like that. And the reason why I'm saying it is because 9 times out of 10, if you have a job where you have to put a body in the car and transport it somewhere, they already provide the transport for you. So there's no need for you to actually open up the trunk of the car. It's just a nice attention to detail. And as you can see here on our bigger vehicles, they actually provide different storage that you can do. So coming in at
Number 4.
which is kind of something part of number 5, but number 4, well, I made it separate. Again, I didn't put these in any particular order. Number 4 is that you have trunk storage. You have a stash unit on your vehicle. So if you go up to your car, it says open stash. Open stash. Even on this vehicle, open stash. If you go on any of these vehicles, you can take an item out of your inventory. For this explanation, I'm just going to throw a pair of boots in here. Now, if I go all the way down over here, I can pull the same pair of boots out. Now, this is great for if you need to transport certain items across town, right? Or across areas. As you know, this map is particularly huge. And when you're going from mission to mission to mission to mission, you kind of gather a lot of stuff in your inventory. So much so that it actually gets burdensome. And as you can see here, this is everything that I currently have in my inventory. And this is not everything, to say the least. I still have more stuff, like you saw in my car, and even my stash at home. So this actually helps you out to relieve some weight off your character, put it in a vehicle. Then if you go to another placement on the map, call a different vehicle, you can still pull out those items from your vehicle stash and store it or sell it or destroy it, whatever you want to do at that time, which is actually really, really great. Coming in at
Number 3.
we got the motorcycles. Now, these are the only 3 motorcycles that you can purchase in game. And they are kind of cool. I do like them. So we have the Apollo here on the right. We got the Kusanagi. And then we also have the Arch Nazari. Now, the Apollo actually has a cool little stash system here in the back. In fact, we can open it up and you can see it has a storage in here. However, it doesn't look like it's completely fleshed out because it's not showing the vehicle storage from the other cars. In fact, I can't even place anything into this vehicle storage. So I'm assuming that they originally planned for it to have storage or to have a specific use for it. Maybe a certain document or a certain part or a certain item is supposed to go in here. But for now, this storage does not work. But it's a cool little thought that counts. So at
Number 2.
it's the interiors of the cars and the corresponding windshields. Now, the interior of the cars, each one has its own look and feel to it. In fact, some of them look downright ugly or utilitarian, civilian use, to military style. Military style, as you can see here, this is actually the Nomad one, to the luxurious, to the super sleek and cool. So, also coming in at number 2, I'm including this at number 2 because it's more of a theory that I have, and because I can't find any evidence of it, is the windshield. As we can see here, I can see out the side windshields and also the front windshield. But if we take a look on the exterior, we cannot see into the vehicle, especially the Nomadic one. As you can see right next to us, it has a front view and a side windshield, both covered completely, and you cannot see into it. Now, I came up with 2 ideas, the way this is set up in comparison to other cars like this one over here, the Delgante, where you can see into the vehicle. First off, it's probably for defensive purposes. And the reason why I'm saying defensive purposes, because if you take a look into the Nomadic vehicle, we see some markings that might look like Militech or Arasaka or something like that. And it's more looks like a heavy duty design, obviously with a lot more electronics in here. This is more designed for military quote-unquote use, or the Nomad's use, right? However, with the Caliburn and also higher end sports cars with the opaque windshield, I'm assuming this is not only designed for protection but also for privacy as well, because you want to be able to see out but not people see in, so they can't see who's driving the vehicle. However, this is not true for all vehicles, such as the Delgante, which has windows that you can see through, and also the Thornton over here, which also has windows to see through. This is the most common thing you can see on vehicles, see-through windows, in comparison to the Nomadic, and also the higher end, the super sports cars. Now, before we get to the number 1 spot, I do have 2 honorary mentions to talk about before we reveal number 1. So, the first honorary mention is probably everybody already discovered this, but the Caliburn is probably the fastest, or is the fastest to be exact, vehicle in game, reaching about 207 to 208 miles per hour under its own power and 211 miles per hour going downhill. This is the fastest car you can purchase in game. Unfortunately, you only really see it really get up to this speed on straightaways and clear open highways. Now, the second honorary mention is that a lot of sports vehicles, or several of the sports vehicles that I noticed, actually have a hidden spoiler. If you take a look at the Caliburn spoiler right now, that actually retracts and extends depending on your speed. So if I stop right now, this spoiler retracts back into the car. However, when I get up to speed, it extends out. We can also see this on, I think, a couple of the other vehicles that don't have a fixed spoiler. Now, without further ado, let's get to number 1. Coming in at
Number 1.
is the most expensive car you can purchase in the game. Known as the Aerodynamite, also known as the Guinevere, this car is not the fastest, but the most expensive car you can purchase. Not to only say that, but it's also the most gorgeous car. In fact, it takes some beautiful pictures in which I can go like that. Actually, let me take the depth of field off because that depth of field sucks. But look at this baby. It is absolutely drop dead gorgeous. Now, this car, you don't see it on the road at all. I never seen this car on the road. Period. However, you do see it in the estates, the mansion areas. In fact, let me get out and show you where we are. We are currently over here at the Kerry Aerodyne's residence. If we take a look over here, he actually has one of these vehicles as well. However, you cannot open this vehicle up. The 2 vehicles that I've found that are of that model, you cannot open up. The only one you can open up is the one you purchase. I do not see these on the road. These are an extremely, extremely rare vehicle, to say the least. If you find this on the road, please let me know down in the comment section. I want to see if you have a screenshot. I really need to know because I never seen them and I've been all over this map. Now, I do have 2 additional bonus materials for you guys. However, they do contain spoilers. So, for those who do not want to be spoiled, I'm just going to leave it here with you guys. I want to thank you guys for tuning in today here on Command Wolf Gaming. Hope you enjoyed the footage. Now, if you guys really enjoyed this top 10 pick list that I made, make sure to leave a comment down below because I really know what you guys think of me doing this video. And, you know, the change in video. However, did you guys know about 95% of you guys are not subscribed to the channel yet? That's right, 95% of you guys are not subscribed to the channel yet. So make sure to hit that big red subscribe button down below. And make sure to hit the bell notification button because that's the only way you're going to know if I actually upload stuff to my channel. And like I always say, folks, like, subscribe, and share. Spread the love, and hope to see you next time here on Command Wolf Gaming. Now, for those who want to see the spoilers, I will show you the spoilers in just 1 second. Okay, guys, are you ready
For spoiler number 1.
because there is no way of going back once I reveal it. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1. This is spoiler number 1. Now, some of you might be saying, well, this is just other variants. This is true. They are other variants of cars that you can purchase in-game. However, these are vehicles that you only get through missions, at least the ones that I have found so far. For instance, we got the Vato, which is a variation of the El Del Grande. You got the Delman Cab. You actually got a different color Caliburn. This one is black and actually is free. And in fact, like, there's so many videos out there with this car in it that I think that's not pretty spoiler at this point. But honestly, I think it's more like the mission that you have to do, or what you have to do to get it. That's kind of more spoiler-ish. And also then you have Mr. Beast. Now, I'm going to kind of go over each one of these and how to kind of get it in a broad sense, so it's not going to be a complete spoiler. Also, before we also have a variant of the Apollo, and also we have Jackie's bike, which is a variant of the Arch. Now, let's start at the top. The Vato is a car that you win by actually beating somebody in a fist fight. This is a specific mission. The person actually puts the car up as collateral for money. Now, if you win, you have a choice of taking both, leaving both, or taking one. I ended up taking the car and leaving the money because honestly, I'm rolling in money at this point, so it doesn't bother me. Now, the Delman Cab. Now, this one is a little weird. I actually went and luckily I saved before this mission. When you finish out Delman's original mission section, there's another mission that ends up cropping up a little later. There is a specific thing you have to have in order to make a different selection. So it's very important for you to make a save before you do any of these side missions, right? Because it might change the results drastically. Now, the Caliburn, this black version, the way you get it is actually after one of Pan Am's mission. In fact, it's like probably 4 missions in. You have to go back to one of the areas that you completed a mission in, and it will actually show up and it will become yours. It's absolutely free. Now this is actually called Mr. Beast. Now this is a variant of one of the other pickup trucks. I think it's called the MK1 that you can purchase. Now, Mr. Beast is only you only receive Mr. Beast when you complete all the racing missions. However, I think you got to place first in every single mission, and then the last mission you got to make a tough choice. And I think that tough choice allows you to get the vehicle. Again, make sure to save before missions, because then you are able to backtrack and make the right decision if you don't end up getting it. You don't end up getting a majority of these things right away. They might turn up a day later, a day or two later. So I would suggest like skip time afterwards. And that's sometimes, not all the time. Now, this is a variant of the Apollo. This is actually an Aldecados motorcycle, and it's actually in the Pan Am mission arc, and you get this as a memory for one of the people that accidentally dies. So if you kind of want this, it is kind of cool. I don't drive it around a lot, but it is kind of cool. So yeah. Now, this is actually very important. bike. This is actually Jackie's bike. And the thing is, you get this after you go to his spoiler, if you after his funeral. So you have to go to the go see I forgot what her name is. I think it's Mama something, right? And go to the El Coyote to go and get go to his funeral. And from there, there's a way you're going to get it. You're going to get it either way, but you still got to go to Jackie's funeral in order to get this bike. I like to drive this one around. In fact, this was my first vehicle that I was driving around for a while. I wasn't really driving around my car because it got towed. Whoopsie. Anyway, if you guys are ready for number one, I don't think you guys are ready for number one. I really don't think you guys are ready. That it's not really convincing with that in my face. There we go. I don't think you guys are ready for number one. But if you stay with me, we'll get to number one. Now, number one is a very important spoiler. Very big spoiler. So, if you guys want to stick around, feel free to stick around. But if you don't want to stick around and be spoiled, because this is like a super deluxe spoiler that ended up happening. And, yeah, this is something that some of you might know, some of you might not know, some of you might not even be on this mission yet. So, yeah, this is very important. So, I'll be right back with that ultimate spoiler. Okay, guys, I'm back. You're probably seeing a black screen right now because I didn't want to give you a peek right away. But what I have past this black screen is the ultimate spoiler. Something that you can get in game. Some of you guys might miss it. Some of you guys might get it. It is a side quest that probably not a lot of people are completing or have completed. But I'm going to show you if you guys are ready for this
Ultimate spoiler.
Ready? 3, 2, 1, now. Yes. Now, some of you guys are probably not impressed. You have no idea what this is. This is Johnny Silverhand's Porsche. Now, I think this is also the Porsche designed off of Keanu Reeves' car. So technically, this is Keanu Reeves' car. Now, what makes this Johnny Silverhand's car? First of all, Porsche is the only named car in the game that is in real life. None of the other vehicles are in real life. This car is. Well, except for the technology that's included in it. Now, if we go around this car, it is a beautiful car. And we can see Samurai on the back, as well as the Porsche logo. And we all know that Johnny Silverhand is the Samurai, right? In fact, if we zoom in here, we can see Johnny Silverhand's logo right there on the back seat on the right over there. And then if we go into the car, like so, you can see Samurai on the dashboard as well as... Oh! I didn't mean to drive. Oopsie. I meant to zoom in. There we go. It says Dead Unks. Or Dead Junks. I'm not sure. Hey, what is Jakub? I don't know what that says. Probably... I don't know. Italian, German? Not sure. Okay. Maybe you guys will let me know down below. But this is the Johnny Silverhand's car. Now, some of you might be seeing the silver hand on my arm. I'm going to explain this real quick, but after I get out of the car. So, first of all, I actually have Johnny's revolver. You also do his action with that. Second of all, I actually have all his clothing. I got his samurai jacket, his tank top, his aviators, pants, and also his shoes. You get all this stuff by completing his mission arc. Again, this is why this is a spoiler. You get all this stuff, and this is yours for the rest of eternity. Now, if you go into your backpack, some of you might actually have it. Some of you might have accidentally sold it already. But if you go all the way down into like the junk area where you usually kind of like dispose of things, inside the all items list, right here, it says equipped. It would usually say miscellaneous, common, it has no weight, and it only costs 1 eddy. If you select that, it will give you Johnny Silver's hands arm, as you can see there. In fact, I think if you take your jacket off and get onto a motorcycle, let's get on Jackie's motorcycle right here. You can kind of see it a little better from a different. Yeah, you can see it a little better right there. So, let me just go in camera mode. I hate this camera mode. I really do, folks. Go away. There you go. And as you can see, you get the little spikes as well. So it depends on what arm you're wearing. I'm using the rocket arm, so it's a little kind of glitchy. I think the mono wire is actually the best for this arm, but you can be wearing Johnny Silverhand's arm, or have it equipped at least. And as you can see, the jacket, the shoes, the pants, and the shoes, and the aviator glasses. But on that note, I'm actually going to wrap it up here today. I want to thank you guys for tuning in today here on Command Wolf Gaming. I hope you enjoyed the footage. Let me know down in the comment section. Did you guys like this, like my top 10, list? Let me know down in the comment section. I want to hear from you guys. This is like this is not something I would usually do. So I kind of want to pick your brains on it. Did you guys know about 95% of you guys are not subscribed to the channel yet? That's right, 95% of you guys are not subscribed to the channel yet. Oh wait, before we wrap it up, just so you know, this car, this Porsche, there is only one way you can get this car, and if you miss that chance, you're probably never going to find it again. So again, before you do any of the missions, make sure to save all the time. You will not regret it. Anyway, 95% of you guys are not subscribed to the channel yet, so to make sure to hit that big red subscribe button down below, and make sure to hit the bell notification button. And like I always say, folks, like, subscribe, and share. Spread the love, and I hope to see you next time here on Command Wolf Gaming. Bye-bye now.